You may be asking, Austin, why are you in a car right now? Like, are you not back at the normal game pick set or back at home? That's because I'm working the versus FSU basketball game this afternoon, and call time is very early, but schedules did not align with me, Chris, and DJ, so unfortunately you won't be hearing from them, and unfortunately no one has made their picks yet, but I'm pretty sure right before game time most of them will. But as term of standings go, Steve has surpassed DJ by 1 game, and then I'm separated by DJ by 2 games. The rest of the leaderboard is just a mess there, but with no chances of possibly getting into first place. I think I'm the last man standing who has a reasonable chance to leapfrog any of the guys, but that's going to be tough because Steve has 183, DJ has 182, and I have 180. Did not do very well. I picked Cowboys last week. Which one was another one that I picked that one against me? I'm not sure right now, but enough of that. Let's get into the divisional round of the playoffs. The first game we start off with is the Cincinnati Bengals at the Tennessee Titans. Man, it is tough to really go against these Bengals. I've been writing them all season long. I've had high hopes for Joe Burrow and company, and they've been doing very good. They showed a very well performance against the Oakland Raiders. I mean, the Las Vegas Raiders. That's the first time I ever slip up saying that. But yeah, they did very good against the Raiders. That questionable call that not call, but officially called dead play, but ended up being a touchdown for the Bengals. Weird situation there. Either way, the Tennessee Titans, number 1 seed for a reason. They've had a great defense all year, and Tannehill has found a way to facilitate that offense, even with the absence of Derrick Henry. But now he's coming back. He's had his first full week of practice since getting injured in week 7 or 8. And then on top of all that, like I mentioned, great defense, facilitator in Ryan Tannehill, and then Derrick Henry coming back. The thing I'm concerned about with the Titans is if they put too much on Derrick Henry and have him, be the lead ball carrier, the ride or die for Derrick Henry. I don't want the Titans to stray away from what's helped them get the number 1 seed in order for them to get this win. Of course, he's a tremendous player, but you do not want to force him back and ruin the chances of him being able to help you in this playoff run that you're trying to go on. With that being said, I'm going with the Titans just because as much as I've been riding with the Bengals and I think they've had a tremendous season, there's something about that Tennessee defense and just how they've been, and that entire team as a whole, just how they've been able to find ways to get wins. In close games, they come out on top. So that's something that has been huge for the Tennessee Titans, which I've noticed throughout the season. Next, on the Saturday games, we have the Green Bay Packers hosting the San Francisco 49ers. Those two teams played earlier in the year. Aaron Rodgers did what Aaron Rodgers does and gives you game-winning drives against the 49ers, which is kind of poetic in itself after the Niners never drafted Aaron Rodgers. Instead, they went with Alex Smith. But that being said, I do think the Green Bay Packers can easily handle this game. This time, it's in Lambeau. It's freezing cold. I know it's negative degrees there. They're off the bye. They're getting back players like Crandall Cobb and such. So that's huge. But I am surprised with the 49ers getting the win against the Dallas Cowboys. I was pretty surefire, might be a close game, but the Dallas Cowboys are going to come out on top. 49ers said none of that. And they got lucky with some questionable calls by Dallas, late game situation where they have chances to put themselves in position to possibly win the game and, make some questionable plays, which I think wasn't the worst play call. I just feel like, the execution and probably speaking with the officials and stuff like that, it just wasn't the best situation at the time. That being said, going with Green Bay on that game. Next, we have the Sunday games. We have the Los Angeles Rams at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that one's tough. Those two teams also played earlier in the year, and Los Angeles Rams got the best of the Buccaneers in LA, and probably looks like one of the hardest losses that the Bucs have faced all season long. But I believe in the defending Super Bowl champions. I think they do have a chance to win on Sunday. I think they have the better odds too. But that is no discredit to the Los Angeles Rams, who've had a tremendous season. Throughout the season, they've been pretty well. Hit a decent bump in the middle of the road, but they found a way to continue winning games and gelling together, especially after adding key acquisitions like Odell Beckham and Von Miller. So this one's probably one of the tougher ones to pick out of all the 4 games this weekend. But I got to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Just can't bet against Tom Brady, that defense, and everything Tom Brady offers to the offense, facilitating all the guys. Hard to go against that. So let me go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers there. And then last but not least, we have the Buffalo Bills going to Kansas City to face the Kansas City Chiefs. Another tough one. They played earlier in the year, and I think the Buffalo Bills won, but then that was early in the year when the Kansas City Chiefs weren't looking like the team they're looking like now, especially, with the way the defense has been coming back together and playing well. So this is a rematch of the AFC Championship from last year. So early game for both of those two teams to face each other, but that's the way the playoff seeding worked out. And I got to go Kansas City. I cannot pick Buffalo there. As much as they've had a tremendous year, I would love nothing more for the Kansas City Chiefs to end the Buffalo Bills season. But, I mean, that is a tough game to pick in itself, because you have 2 top teams in the AFC who, battled it out last year. Pretty close game. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a close game again. I don't think the Bills are not going to go out without a fight. But at the end of the day, I do think the Kansas City Chiefs are a better team, but they haven't been looking like it as of late in terms of when you stack them up against the Buffalo Bills. But in terms of everything, I think the Kansas City Chiefs from week 1 to week 18 and playoffs and all that stuff have drastically improved, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Offense has taken a step back, which I'm slightly scared of for the Kansas City Chiefs. That pretty much wraps it up for this week, the divisional rounds game picks. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys want more videos in the car. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully check out next week for the conference championships. That's going to be huge. I'm so excited for these playoffs. It's so much fun. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and come back next week.